So Fat Man,
Yes,
how many stitches you got in you?
a lot. I'm dead serious. A lot. If you're watching on Twitch, my elbow's bandaged. I have it from probably here all the way to the backside of here. In my hand, which I had carpal tunnel surgery on, it's like the middle of my hand down to the top of my wrist, which is not what I expected. So
are you left-handed or right-handed?
I'm ambidextrous, so it works.
You ain't doing shit with your left hand right now. I'll tell you that.
It works
My question is, who did he snitch on?
because I got stitches.
Let's talk about that on the wrestling show. Welcome everyone, this is Sleazy.
I mean, I had to have snitched on Ryan because he's not here in rehab again. This is the Fat Man.
Welcome everyone to another wonderful episode. Today we have the man that loves to be in 2022. That is Chip Willett.
Sit and spin, motherfucker. Hey guys, how's it going?
It sounds like it's been a year for you so far. We're almost through it. So today we're gonna actually cover historic crossover. So
Sleazy can come.
I can come, Chip can come.
Chip can come. I can not
use your
speak
hand.
Japanese words.
Well, that's why I'm running the segment, you fuck.
Yep, that's
I don't wanna
exactly
spend-
why.
I don't want to spend 20 minutes of you stumbling over your
Because I pronounce it American, like Kaos.
That's why on the Best on Sports Show Period 2, I announce hockey player names because he cannot.
shocker.
America.
Shocker. Okay, so let's get right into it. Historic crossover.
Did you watch it?
Yes,
He did actually watch it.
I
did
Everyone
watch
did
it.
Watch it.
I have watched it.
This was at the Ariake Arena,
And he wants, and he bitches about me
right?
saying Japanese words, and he fucks up on the first one.
It's going to be a long night in that respect. I'm going to apologize for every single person I fuck up their name. So forgive me, but that's how it's going to go. I'm sorry.
It's pronounced Tom Lawler.
Let's start off with New Japan. 8-man tag. Chaos.
Wait. Hold on.
Okay.
You already fucked up again.
How did I fuck up?
Yo, dog, I heard you like tag matches.
Yo, dog, I heard you like 8-man tag matches.
Yeah.
I don't.
Fuck you. Chaos. Ishii, Yoshihashi, and fuck that dude. Versus the House of Torture, which was the subset of Bullet Club, which is Dick Togo, Evil, Sho, and Yujiro Takahashi.
Did you sit there and say fuck that guy to Leo Rush?
Yes, of course he did. Of course I did.
He was one of the best people in that match.
Okay, you haven't listened to the show at all?
No, he hates him, I know, but I'm just saying he was one of the best in that match. I guess I'll continue.
That wasn't very good.
I mean, yeah, that's true. I enjoyed it, but I also am a Leo Rush fan. Yeah, I'm a homer.
Not.
He's from MCW, so I'm a homer. So I watched him grow up
Fair.
in the and he's improved so much since he used to be there. And it's kind of cool and heartwarming to see an MCW person I used to watch an MCW over in Japan now, and he loves it over there, and he looked really good. But the match was not good. You're right. For an opener,
retired in 6 months.
Again, yeah, I know. I give it 2.25. I wanted to be way more than it was because I watch Evil and I watch Takahashi all the time, and it was just not good.
You're right.
And goddamn Dick Togo, go fuck yourself.
Dick to go.
Dick to go.
Pronounce his name right. God, we're talking about people pronouncing their name right, and you fucked up.
Right. Let me get the stats of the match. It was 7 minutes, 5 seconds. Chaos beat House of Torture. Dave Meltzer, because we do have his ratings, gave it 2 stars. Fat Man.
It was an okay match for a house show.
Wow.
That's it.
That's it. Just
Dude, my
fucking
notes.
bowl of water.
I told you my notes are going to be super short on every match. So,
Okay. So let's start with this. I'm wrong, and you're still an overrating piece of shit. I also gave it 2 stars.
okay, so
As much as I
you're wrong.
hate Leo Rush, he was the star of the match. Having him go over when he's like the quote unquote new talent makes sense in this situation, especially when you've got a crossover show with a lot of different potential different eyes on the product. So next match, the Stardom. Oh, Yo Dog, I heard you like tag team matches.
Thank you.
I
don't.
Thank you. Queen's Quest, which is AZM, Lady C, and Saya Kamitani.
ECM is so hot. Oh my god, is she hot? Holy god.
Get off my fucking gimmick.
I don't care, man. I saw her. I was just like, oh, hi, how are you doing?
You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
But this comes from the guy that's not the route he goes.
Well, guess what? You found a new,
Oh man.
whatever you want to call it. They went against Dono del Mundo, which is Himeka Mai Sakurai and some random Asian.
Oh my lord. It was kind of cool though, because you had one of the wrestlers from Stardom doing the announcing at this part, and it gave you a background to who they are and what part of the sanctions and clubs they were part of. I enjoyed it.
So actually, I should probably kind of touch on that. So the commentary team for the English commentary was Kevin Kelly, Chris Charlton, which I believe is the same person that normally does their stuff. That I hate Chris, if I remember who.
Why?
Just how he deals with commentary. It's not my favorite. I'll just leave it at that.
It's not. Yeah, I got.
And then somebody from Stardom was on the English commentary, is Waka Tsukiyama.
Yes.
Just who you were referring to. Interestingly enough, on the Japanese side, they had 5 people in that booth, which I could only imagine how bad that was. And one of them was Hiroshi Tanahashi.
Yep.
It's like, what the fuck? How are you fucking doing this? But anyway, we get to the 6-woman tag. This is the only real pure Stardom match, technically, outside the Rumble and obviously the main event.
Lady C is fucking huge.
Yes.
Oh my god. And the way she almost threw that girl out of the ring, I'm like, oh god.
So this went 9 minutes, 20 seconds. Queen's Quest won. Fuck Dave Meltzer gave it 3 stars. Famine, you're the 6-woman tag enthusiast,
Sounds like a porn.
right?
I'm wrong.
Okay.
I thought it was a good match. It showcased them well.
I gave it 3 3/4. I really enjoyed it.
Overrating piece of shit.
I don't care. I really enjoyed it. I really good storytelling for what I could tell. And it was action packed. And man, them women can hit. I watch UFC women's matches, and it's like they have reckless abandonment. They don't give a shit. But man, these girls in Stardom, I'm going to start watching Stardom a lot more now. This is my first Stardom show. So
Welcome to the dark side. Great way to showcase Queen's Quest specifically.
Yes,
I'm shocked actually that they had Saya do the pinfall, but great.
After the Phoenix splash, yeah, that was big time on the commentary, and she just turned into an inverted 450, which was gorgeous, by the way.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, here we go. So we've got, now forgive me, this is one of the first mixed tags. So Yo Dog, I heard you like mixed tags matches.
I don't get to see him that often, so I definitely do.
Forgive me for mispronouncing these names. Okay. So you got Julia,
No.
Gilia,
Maybe Jillian.
Jemia.
Oh, by the way,
Oh, it's Zack Sabre Jr.
she's the one I thought was the best looking.
Oh, Julia.
Mhm.
Okay.
No, yeah, she's from England.
Right.
She is half Japanese and half Italian. I looked at, and born in England.
Yeah, I was like, and from England. Go figure.
Who's this Tom Lawler dude?
Jerry Lawler's son.
It's Korean Tom Lawler. It was 10 minutes, 29 seconds.
That was like 5 minutes on the intro.
Right. Zack Sabre Jr.'s team goes over. Fuck, Dave Meltzer gave it 3.5 stars. I'll start real quick. I gave it 3 stars. I actually was not a huge fan of the promo, honestly. I thought they could have just left it and did more in the ring, honestly, because you had fucking Zack Sabre Jr. there. What the fuck are you doing? Other than that, cool. It was a nice little match. The only thing that I liked was Lawler coming down the ring and basically running up the ramp, but other than that, it works for what it was. So Chip.
Yeah, I wanted to love this a lot more than I did. I gave it 2 3/4.
Wow.
I've seen Tom Lawler and Zack Sabre Jr. wrestle, and it's awesome. And it just wasn't hitting. I'm not sure if it was the mixed tag influence that had it not hitting, but I just couldn't get into the flow of it. It was choppy to me. So yeah.
Fat Man.
Same rating piece of shit. That's just sleazy. 3 stars. That was good.
It was
Most of these matches are just showcase matches to get everyone on the card, and that's fine.
this was
So
to be honest
I'll
with
get,
you,
yeah,
it
we'll
was a
get to
great
it
thing.
at the end. Yeah, I'll get to it. I kind of prematured like sleazy did throughout this show.
You blew up your spot.
Yeah, but that's okay.
And he calls the spot. That's all you
Yo
need.
Dog, I heard you like tag matches.
I don't.
Jesus Christ. 8-man/woman tag. Meltear, which is Natsupoi and Tam Nakano, who, spoiler, we'll talk about later, with Suzuki-gun, Taichi, and Yoshinobu, versus the team of Black Desire, which is Momo Watanabe and Starlight Kid. Wait, Suzuki-gun, which is Doki and El Desperado in this. 12 minutes, 1 second. Meltear and Suzuki-gun go over. Dave Meltzer gave this, once again, 3.5 stars. Let's start with Fat Man.
3. Good match. Interesting that they had Suzuki Gun versus Suzuki Gun, but again, it was to try to get everyone on the card, and they put over, what was it? El Desperado and Daku, or whatever you pronounce it. They're going to be World Tag League together.
Yes, they are.
So they were facing each other. So, I mean, it was interesting, but it was good, but that's about it.
Yeah, it was kind of, it felt, of all the matches here, this one felt the most thrown together. And Fat Man, guess what? Same rating piece of shit, 3 stars. I think it was fine, but it was just, once again, you're getting Starlight Kid in a match. You're getting Momo Watanabe in a match. You're getting a lot of like El Desperado in a match. There's really no
Rhyme or reason?
Yeah, there's no rhyme or reason, but you're still got good talent there, and they're managed putting on a decent match for this. Chip.
Well, as today is the anniversary of Prohibition, I will salute you all with that.
Cheers.
3 stars, very thrown together, but again, Starlight Kid, Watanabe. Yeah, I mean that's not something you get to see every day. And El Desperado, I just enjoy watching him. So, but it was thrown together, so that's why I only give it 3.
Awesome. Yo, dog. I heard you like tag matches.
God damn it, NJPW.
Son of a bitch. Nightless Castle, which is Hiroki Goto and Micah, versus what they called the Handsome Aces, which is holy shit. Hiroshi Tanahashi came off of commentary. Utami Hayashishada. God damn, I'm so terrible with these names. Sorry. Also, who was on commentary, came out to do this decent match.
I mean, it's Tanahashi. It's always going to be at least decent.
9 minutes, 30 seconds. Utami pinned Micah. Meltzer gave it fucking 3.25 stars. What the fuck? I hate to say this, but once again, 3 stars. It's a match that happened. Chip.
I hate to do this, but I'm going to agree with Dave. 3.25. I mean, I'm going to agree with fuck Dave Meltzer. 3.25. For them just to come off commentary and just go wrestle. That's just, and anything Tanahashi does is good to great. So, I mean, yeah.
I do like the fact that Micah actually did a spot with Tanahashi, but other than that, yeah, that's pretty much it. Fat Man.
Overrating pieces of shit.
How dare you talk about
this? Is the last Stardom pay-per-view Fat Man ever watches.
No, it was an okay match for a house show. It was okay, nothing special. Like, I do notice there's a theme that when the women, like, they want to like Stardom, they're like, okay, I want you. I think they did it in the mixed tag before this. I didn't mention anything. Every time that a woman hit a man, they pretty much no-sold it the whole show.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, so you're having this historic crossover. You're going to get them in the ring. You're going to do spots together, but I'm just going to no-sell you. It took me out of the match, to be honest. I was just like, wow. Like, okay.
Well, there's no winning there, really, because either they're going to do a spot that actually hurts them, so to speak, or makes them sell a move, which makes the guy look a little bit less, or they're going to no sell it. There's no good way of doing that. That was part of the reason. Well, that's kind of I was going to make that point later on. But yeah, doing all these mixed tags didn't really help anybody in them as much as they thought it would, especially doing those like mixed tag spots specifically. They should have just left it as women face the women, men face the men, and that was it.
Mm-hmm.
But they didn't, and I think they were pushed into a no-win situation because of it. Yo, dog, getting fucking sick of this bit. I heard you like tag team matches. This time we're up to 10.
My God.
And this was all fucking New Japan. So it was the United Empire. So obviously United Empire with TJP, Mark Davis, Kyle Fletcher, Gideon Gray, Francesco Akira versus LIJ, Bushi, Sonata, Shingo Takagi, Hiromu Takahashi, and 9 minutes, 55 seconds. Fletcher beating Bushi.
Why is there always a multi-man match with LIJ and they lose? Bushi always takes the pin.
Every time.
Every time. It's like they're trying to protect them. Two of them are former world champions.
They're probably, I know they're protecting Teton because he's brand new into him.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
And then you got Takahashi, and then you got, who's the other guy?
Sonata.
Yeah. So it's
So it's not like there's
Not a surprise that Bushi took a pin.
right. Did I give the rating?
Not yet.
Meltzer gave it something ridiculous, 3.25. I thought this was honestly the worst match on the card. I gave this 2 stars. I thought this was just a clusterfuck. 10 minutes for a 10-man tag match. You knew this was going to be very, very quick. Yeah, whatever. Fat Man.
Unrated piece of shit. 3 stars. It was good. I liked it. I liked it. 3 stars. I wish it was longer, but it was what it was.
Was what it was. Chip.
I expected more out of it just because it's United Empire versus LIJ. I mean, I've seen it numerous times on NJPW, and it's looked a lot better on NJPW than it did here. So 3.
It felt like a greatest hits.
Mills Lane died.
Who?
Wow. Former boxing referee.
Oh.
So, yeah.
Oh, Judge Mills Lane. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Most well known for celebrity death match.
Yeah. I was trying to get. Yeah.
Who the fuck does boxing? That's sad. Well, breaking news with Fat Man.
Hi.
It probably wasn't breaking news. Next match. Yo, dog, I heard you like tag matches.
Oh my God.
So we have United Empire, which is Aaron Henare, whatever.
America.
And Jeff Cobb.
Great Okan, Jeff Cobb versus Chaos, which was Okada. Holy shit. And your Toru.
Yanu.
And holy shit, Great Muta.
Yep. Part of his retirement tour.
Okay, so I'm going to start right here by saying I didn't realize he was on the card. Okay, I did not. So when I saw that he was going to be part of the card, I was like, wait, what? What the fuck is this? Did not realize it. Obviously, with Great Muta in there, he wasn't taking a pin. There's no fucking way that was happening.
Oh, hell no.
Guess who took the pin? Nobody.
I don't remember who took the pin. I know who took
Aaron
the.
did.
I don't. Huh?
Aaron did.
Oh, that makes sense.
Hanori always takes the pin, and I don't get it. He's so good.
Well, Great Okan, they're trying to push
Great Okan. He took a lot of the pins in the past year, so I can see why they want to take the heat off him.
Right, and of course Okada's gonna fucking destroy him. You know, that's just.
It just happens.
Not the briefcase. He's about to get the title in about 3 weeks. So whatever. So he ain't losing. Yano probably would have been the whipping boy if they're
poor Yano is normally the one that does lose.
Yeah.
Okay, so they're not gonna have Muta lose his last NJPW match.
Right.
I was surprised.
He didn't do the pin.
Oh, yes. That's what shocked me. Okada pinned him.
Mhm.
And that was the most surprising thing of this match.
Yeah.
Furthermore, this was the worst match of the night. This sucked. This was fucking terrible. As much as Great Muta is a legend, he definitely needs to retire. I know it's his thing. He was very immobile, could barely do anything.
It wasn't as bad as Ric Flair.
1 star. This was fucking bad.
It was lip service and nothing more. I don't think it was the worst match on the card, but it was damn close. I gave it 2.25.
I'm having trouble liking any matches when Hanare and Great Okan and Jeff. When Hanare and Great Okan tag together, I'm just having trouble. I just don't get it. Those are two
for you. They're in World Tag League.
Yeah, I know. Individually, they're great. But as a tag, they're not. So I just don't understand it. But I know I'm actually slacking on World Tag League. I need to get on that.
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah.
Well, I can keep you up to date after this.
Oh,
I have the standings right here.
Okay, that works.
Okay, here we go. yo, dog, I heard you like, oh, wait, no, finally, no fucking more tag matches. Will Ospreay
Yes.
versus Shota Umino, IWGP United States Heavyweight Championship. 23 minutes, 30 seconds.
Oh, it was that long? Holy crap.
Will Ospreay beats him with a Stormbreaker.
I love that move. I fucking love that move.
Fuck Dave Meltzer gave it 4.25 stars. Key bits about the match is that Shota's father reffed it.
Of course, because it always happens.
Right. I'll give it to Fat Man to start.
Meltzer's an overrated piece of shit. 3.5. It was really good, but it was actually a downgrade from what Will Ospreay's been doing. So that's weird to say for a 3.5-star match.
Right.
Like, it was really good, but I was kind of disappointed in it. So yeah,
So you're taking my gimmick now.
I guess.
Terrible match, 3.5 stars.
I didn't say terrible. I said it was a really good match. I was disappointed in it.
Disappointed. I felt terrible about the match.
3.5.
Sleazy's like, match sucked, 5 stars.
I mean, I may or may not have said that on more than one occasion. Okay.
Oh, we have documentation.
Okay, so let's say the fact that I love the bit with Red Shoes again. Earlier on the match. But they were trying to continue the story that they were telling in Royal Quest 2.
Mhm.
So there was that bit, there was a couple of callbacks to that. So I don't think it was that bad. As Fat Man said, I don't think it's 4.25. I'd give it 3.75, but it wasn't bad. It's just, I think Fat Man's right though. I mean, it was disappointing for being a Will Ospreay match. Shit.
And I'm going, wow, shit, I got called shit. That's odd.
Shit.
Hold on, wait a second. Start talking.
Okay. Anyway, as I was saying, I really expected it to be more like the match at Royal Quest. It was definitely disappointing, but I'm going to be the overrated piece of shit here. I'm still going to give it 4 stars.
Mark.
Thank you.
It wasn't his best match. Shoto still has some learning to do. But the whole Red Shoes, at least they let them finish the match this time. Let's just go there. And like I said, I really love Stormbreaker as a finisher. I don't think there's any real finisher like that anywhere that I've seen. I know not in WWE or AEW. It's definitely a very unique one. I'm always a sucker for unique finishes. There were quite a few unique finishers that I saw from the ladies of Stardom that really caught my eye. So, yeah, I'll be the overrated shit this time because I'm the Will Ospreay mark of the show. So 4 stars.
Okay. So after this match, I'll quickly touch upon it because we kind of already knew it was coming. We get a promo for some random AEW star. I don't even know who he is.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, so
To be honest, it's going to be great. I mean,
of course it is.
It's good. We might have the match of the year in January.
it's happened before. So
Literally, January 4th is the day after we tape our award show. So,
yes. Well, I mean, it doesn't matter. Starting January 1st on, it's a new year.
yeah, we usually do. Actually,
We go January 1st to December 31st is our calendar year.
honestly, I thought
I heard
we
that.
did. Yeah, right.
Elbow.
I was going to say something. That was complete distraction there.
Sorry.
I'm going to say,
Ooh.
usually we go from Wrestle Kingdom to Wrestle Kingdom because there's no pay-per-view between there. But last year there was day one.
I just go January 1st to December. That's my criteria.
Well,
That's me.
I mean, it
Doesn't make sense
it
because
effectively is the same. The only reason why
there could be a great Raw match that happens there. You don't know.
fucking Mark.
Yeah.
Let's get to the main event.
Okay. Speaking of marks, I want to hear how overrating you gave this. So go ahead.
the inaugural.
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 See, I'm
Inaugural.
inaugural. Wow, inaugural.
That's a freaky word.
I can't fucking say it.
That's a freaky
Inaugural.
word.
It is the first ever IWGP Women's Title Tournament Finals. The former Kairi Sane, Kairi, versus Mayu Iwatani. 25 minutes, 28 seconds. Kairi beats Mayu. Fuck Dave Meltzer gave it 4.5 stars. I want to know what Chip has to say about this first, because I'm waiting. I'm gonna end this.
I'm actually gonna go with Dave. 4.5. I mean, it was something that I've been dying to see since I saw. I'm a huge NJPW fan. I haven't seen much of Stardom. A friend of mine, Jen, shows all the time on Twitter, and I'm like getting into it left and right now. And I mean, God, what is her name? It escapes me. Holy crap! The one she won against, the one from WWE.
Kyrie?
Yeah, Kyrie. Thank you. I was a huge fan of hers in WWE, so I knew this was going to be a good match. I don't know if the right person went over though. I think it should have been Iwatani, and not giving it to Kyrie because of her namesake. To me, I think Iwatani is a better wrestler than Kyrie, but Kyrie puts on a great match, and the two of them together was, I'm not going to say flawless, but it was close to it for me. So 4.5.
Batman.
So just like with the Sheamus Gunther match, I watched this twice.
Oh.
Because I know Sleazy and stuff. And I knew going in what Meltzer's star rating was. You are both overrating pieces of fucking shit. Both times I gave this 3.5 stars. I thought it was a really good match. I thought the right person went over. Right kid died. Had to get my shit in. I don't see a 4-star match in here. I just don't. That's just me. I watched it twice. Both. Not like I didn't have time. I literally watched it once, sat there, thought about it for about 10 minutes, and then rewound it and then watched it again. My feelings did not change.
Maybe I'll go back and watch it, but I'm not.
I mean, that's your opinion. I'm just saying you're an overrated piece of shit, and so's Meltzer. Like, this is a really good match. I think it deserved a spot. I think it deserved to be the main event. They did not disappoint because, as me not being a Stardom person, I know Kyrie and I know Mayu from ROH, and my expectations were really high in it. They met my expectations. That was about the level I thought they were going to have. So maybe it was one of those things where I'm expecting it to have that match, and maybe that's what it came across as for me.
That could be.
But I just don't even see a 4-star match, let alone 4.5 out of it.
Sleazy?
940,000 stars.
It wasn't
two
in
Asians.
Tokyo. It wasn't
in
in Tokyo,
Japan.
Oh,
In Tokyo. It was 2 Asians in
Okay.
Tokyo.
Okay, so Fat Man knows this about me. There's a few times in my life when it comes to professional wrestling where I will have so much emotion and get verklempt and just
Good word.
This is what he's talking about.
he's making
I've literally seen him come on people's heads at a WrestleMania for Undertaker entrance.
He's not wrong.
Thank God I was way down in the
It
lower
wouldn't
bowl.
it wouldn't have mattered because he needed the tweezers and
Right.
the microscope.
I'm not getting more than 6 inches, and I'm talking about the shot.
Okay, okay for a house show.
It was an okay shot for a house show. No, there are few times where I get really verklempt, and Bailey versus Sasha Banks is one of them.
Oh, it was such a good match.
It was. In fact, most matches featuring Asuka, I'm the same way. That fucking War Games match, we talked about it. I liked the match, but I got that rush feeling of emotion and joy because there's a sense of seeing them work and feeling like they belong there. And we've been watching that journey happen over the last 10 years and seeing them feel like that they belong there. And they're not the side car Carney show on the Carney show. You know what I mean? They belong on that spot. They belong in that spotlight. This match did that for me like you wouldn't believe. And to watch them go for 25 minutes,
that was the impressive part.
Beautiful. It was beautiful. Now I get to say the reality of it, which was it wasn't that good of a match. It was 3.5 stars. And Fat Man's absolutely right. The problem with it wasn't the fact, in my opinion, wasn't the fact that they aren't good workers, because they are. I think the problem was there was such a high expectation that the match needed to be this massive New Japan style match where people were kicking out of finishers. Kyrie hit 3 insane elbows. And honestly, I'm not a huge fan of that anyway, in general, but just in this type of situation, it didn't really call for it. I understand that they were trying to prolong the match, but it felt like that after the second time, they were just doing spots just to extend the match. If this was 15 minutes, 20 minutes at max, I think it would have been a significantly better match. It needed editing. That being said, I can't not love this match. You know what I mean? I can't not love what it represents. I cannot love anymore the fact that Kyrie won, the fact that Mayu will almost certainly be the one chasing her after a while. I think Fat Man's also correct. The right kid died here, especially if the next defense of the title is going to be Kyrie versus Tam, which, by the way,
it is.
She came out after the match and said, yo, I want in.
Yep. Yeah, and it's confirmed for Wrestle Kingdom.
It's confirmed for Wrestle Kingdom.
Ooh.
I don't think if you had Tam versus Mayu, that would have been enough of a showcase match on Wrestle Kingdom. I think it had to be Kyrie. Not to say that I don't think the second IWGP Women's Champion won't be Mayu. I'm just saying that the Kyrie Tam match would be a better option for Wrestle Kingdom.
I just had a Japanese person follow me on Twitter.
It's a bot.
Sorry.
It's always a bot.
Okay.
So overall thoughts on the show, Chip. Let's start with Chip.
I liked it. I wanted it to be a lot better than it was. I honestly wanted for it to be a historic crossover. I wanted more Stardom because I'm new into Stardom. And I got a little to fix, and of course it's like a drug addiction, so I want more of it, like right now. And I have ways of getting that thanks to someone.
So you're the next one to go to rehab,
right?
Right. So I wanted more of it, and I can't wait for the next one. Simple as that. If we're going to star rating, 3 3/4.
Okay, so like a 7.5.
Yeah, we'll go there. Why don't we do out of 10? By the way,
I only
'Cause we
do out of
don't.
10 for the actual shows. If we're trying to do overall on that, I do out of 10.
someone just got rushed to the hospital.
Oh, lovely.
It's a WWE wrestler.
Oh,
I'm on it right now. Blackjack Mulligan.
oh,
Geez.
the
Is-
other?
ICU after suffering a heart attack over the weekend.
No, that's Barry Windham.
Yeah.
I think Blackjack.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. No, he was known as Blackjack Mulligan. Yeah, he is Barry Windham. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I have that in
Let's
news
say.
and rumors.
Sorry, I literally
Talking
my
about
friend never messaged me. He just messaged me that.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I messaged that in our chat, Chip.
Yeah, I know. I just
He's like, spoiler,
Literally-
I already said that.
literally as I was on the show with you all, I got this message. So
Wow.
all right, sorry. Continue. What are your thoughts on it, Sleazy?
I thought it was.
Say
I
it.
think
Just
they
say
could have
it.
done. I think they could have done a better job showcasing Stardom. I'll be perfectly frank with you. There was a
Agreed.
lot of times where there was one actual match outside the IWGP Women's title, which technically wasn't really a Stardom match. It was a New Japan match.
Why wasn't there more Stardom matches on this card?
You tell me. I don't know.
I was all geared up to this is going to be like 50-50. Yeah, Fat Man.
I have the answer.
What is your answer?
And I don't know if Sleazy's going to like this or not. I don't think New Japan thought that a whole Stardom show was going to draw.
I don't disagree with you, but
I do think you're right. I kind of shot my load earlier when I said there were so many tag matches on here because they wanted to feature everyone, and that's how you get everyone on the show.
And that's how for those of you that don't follow New Japan, that's literally how every New Japan show is.
Yeah. So I agree there should have been more actual Stardom matches. You could have had tag. If you want to keep the tag matches, that's fine. Like those mixed tag matches, you could have teamed two of those women together and faced off each other. There's no way to do that. Like there's a way to do it. But overall quality, I thought it was a good show. It was just there to feature a little bit of Stardom to get Chip to get it in his veins.
Come to the yellow side.
Okay,
I'm there.
Before we go to break, let's stick to World Tag League. Current standings are Aussie Open with 14.
Yes.
Shane Haste and Mikey Nichols with 10.
They're LA JoJo?
Yeah, I'm thinking NJPW strong.
Naito and Sonata with 10. Goto and Yoshihashi with 10. Great Khan and Aaron Henar with 8.
I can't even say it.
Tanahashi and Toriano with 8. Murder Grandpa and Lance Archer with 6. Bad Luck Fale, Chase Owens with 4. Alex Coughlin and Gabriel Kidd with 2. And Evil and Yorio Takahashi. 2. Oreo Takahashi with 2. Yeah.
Is Kevin?
It's going to be Aussie Open. Like.
Oh yeah.
Because we're seeing Aussie Open versus FTR.
Yeah, exactly. Again, and yes, please, thank you very much.
Yes.
Yes.
So let's take a quick break. On the other side, we're gonna do news and rumors. We're gonna talk a bunch of shit about fuck Dave Meltzer because we really didn't talk last show about him. Do you have anything to sprinkle in, Fat Man?
Lots of contracts.
Oh God. We'll be back after that.
Contracts.
All right, folks, we're back. I've had to clean up after myself.
Hashtag towels.
Hashtag towels after a fucking Stardom show. This is the first Stardom show we've ever done on the show. It'll probably be our last, but
did I see there's gonna be one on YouTube coming up?
Yes. Yeah, they're doing like a free to direct to YouTube show.
Yes.
I think they're also putting it on Stardom World too, but they wanted to try and grab more US fans.
So are they going to be having an English commentary, or am I going to learn Japanese?
You're gonna have to learn Japanese.
Son of a bitch, I'll watch it.
I think eventually they'll throw Kevin Kelly a few bucks to do it.
I think so too.
Where's Matt Striker? Just put Striker over there.
Don't forget that Stardom is actually owned by the parent company of New Japan. It's not like that they're just doing this little handshake deal thing. They're actually owned by the same company.
Yep.
Oh, they can shake all right.
Okay, so before we get into contracts, I want to talk about this bullshit report. And of course, according to
Dave Meltzer,
a new report suggests that WWE is discontinuing premium live event bonuses. WWE stars are now making exactly what they signed a contract for, whether it's $1 million or another figure. There are no longer any bonuses for working the Saudi events or any other premium live event. It's possible that top merchandise movers like Roman Reigns will still make more for premium live events, but that's not the case for most guys. Bullshit.
Why do you say?
They're literally. How ridiculous is that?
Well, let's let's put this into perspective.
Okay.
Let's talk about who it came from. The biggest AEW mark and NJPW mark in the fucking world. He wants to shit on WWE and make up bullshit rumors all the time.
Mhm.
So this is just his MO.
He needs to make sure he gets people into
So
that
now you're coming to our side.
right?
I've been on your side just because I agree with the guy once in a while. Fuck.
There are things that I absolutely agree with. He came out on Twitter today and it was like,
I wouldn't know.
right?
What'd he say?
Just something simple about the Briscoes. Like
The Briscoes are a tag team.
it was more than that. It was something I absolutely agree with. That Jay said something ridiculously dumb over a decade ago. He's since apologized many times for it. Move on. That came from Dave fucking Meltzer.
A guy who's in a war with Eric Bischoff because Eric Bischoff calls him out for shit that happened decades ago. And he still stands his ground. Okay, cool.
Right?
But yeah, no, it's 100% bullshit because they get house show bonuses for working house shows. So why wouldn't they get bonuses for working premium live events and Saudi shows?
First of all, saying that they don't get a bonus for working a Saudi show is absolutely ridiculous. That's literally the reason why
they do.
No,
People go on.
specifically,
Yes.
Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows literally said, fuck you. I will never do another Saudi show. I'll never do another WWE show because they're fucking assholes. And what did they fucking do? They came back to WWE and they got on that fucking plane and went right back to Saudi because they got extra fucking money for it.
Yes.
You
And
fucking mark.
premium live events or pay-per-views, of course they get bonuses because of viewership.
Right.
They get bonuses off the network. So Meltzer, again, is just making shit up like Chip said.
Just 100% right.
Bullshit.
I just can't wrap my mind around this guy. I'm open-minded when it comes to being a wrestling fan.
That's why your nickname's Mark. But it's a nickname we lovingly give you.
No.
Yes, we call you a Mark, but at the same time, you are the Mark of the show. You see it from a fan perspective.
Exactly. But over the years, I've actually started to see it from your all's perspective as well. The background and everything else to me, it's no longer just a show I watch. To me, it's a show that I take apart. Like on the sports podcast that we do, I will sit there and I will dissect any play. And that's sort of like how I'm becoming with the wrestling.
Dude, I already have the notes for tomorrow's show done. Already done.
Now that I have my internet restored, I'll be able to fucking get to that after this. But the thing is that he is just full of so much bullshit. And don't get me wrong, I love NJPW. I am probably, thanks to you guys, one of the biggest NJPW fans you've ever met. One of, I'm not saying the biggest. I've become open-minded as well because of you all. He's just closed-minded as shit. Some of the shit that he rates on these shows that I watch all the time, I'm like, are we watching the same fucking show? I mean, yeah, they're good, but Jesus Christ, you don't need to suck everyone's dick that's in there.
I won't be surprised, and I'm saying this sincerely, that, and this actually goes back years, to where wrestlers or specific promotions literally pay Dave to write good reviews for him.
Now that would make sense.
Because Jeff Jarrett said on his podcast, which I'm not going to name, but I listened to one episode. I like it, but I listened to a certain episode to where literally
My World with fucking Conrad goddamn Thompson.
So I wasn't going to plug them because they don't plug us. So you're a dick. Anyway, he said Conrad actually questioned him about why, because he was bashing TNA, Dave was bashing TNA.
Mm-hmm.
And Conrad goes, well, your dad, you admitted that your dad paid Meltzer for good reviews for Memphis.
Yeah.
Why didn't you do the same for TNA? And he literally went, I just don't want to do that. If we have a good product, we have a good product. We don't, we don't. I don't want to have influence. He's like, it could, it's like it could erode your profile a little bit. And he goes, from a dirt sheet, all he's going to do is give us good star ratings. He's not going to give us any publicity. Why would I waste the money on that for star ratings?
He's not wrong. And here's the reality of this. As much as we bitch and, drag him every chance we get, Dave Meltzer is an influential person in professional wrestling.
Yes, he is.
And Dave Meltzer not only makes money from promotions giving him money, he also makes a shit ton of money selling it to the fans.
Clickbait.
The joke about it being $12.99 a month for Wrestling Observer Live. If you want to watch or listen to him shoot his load for 3 hours a week, which people do, they pay for it all the time. You pay them $12.99. Before his podcast, you're buying online subscription,
which you can still do.
Before that, what did you do? You bought the magazine, the Wrestling Observer magazine.
Wait, he wrote that?
Yes.
Yeah, he created it.
Wrestling Observer is his.
I did not know that. But then again, that was back when I had wrestling magazines and I was just learning about wrestling. So
yeah, that was him. So if you look at it from that perspective, it makes sense that he's got to have content constantly. And if that means him being hemming and hawing and giving bullshit news like this, where he can roll it back anytime he wants.
Plans changed.
Yeah, well, that it was correct at the time, but it's not correct anymore. Or all the times where he will double talk about pretty much anything he reports on that nobody else has reported on. And I'm not saying that he does get information, because he does know people in the business. Mm-hmm. The problem is that you can't tell whether or not he's bullshitting you because he needs to have bullshitting him, or they're bullshitting him, Meltzer, or if it's all true.
Hey, look at this gullible fuck. Watch what I tell him.
Bruce Pritchard has literally said that they have fed Meltzer bullshit to see if he would report it.
And he's walked.
Yeah, and he's done it.
Yeah,
he's absolutely done it. And here's the thing is that because of the fact that he's such an unreliable source in that perspective, you have to sit there and wonder, why are people still paying for it? Because 1 time out of 20, he is right. And he's right at a rate that's so low, but still higher than everybody else, because nobody else has the sources that he has.
Or someone will feed him a story, won't know if it's true or not. Just be like, say someone like the whole All Out thing. I'm not saying this happened, but say this is what happened in the All Out brawl. He'll report it, not checking sources. He'll just report it.
Right.
And then go back and say, well, that's not true. Then he'll report it to get the clicks, and then he'll come out and then actually do the research. Instead, because he just wants to be the first.
Right. Because people pay for it.
Yes.
Yeah. And honestly, I don't want to say it's a legitimate business model, but it's certainly a business model that's kept him with his dirty office for years.
Kept him relevant over the years.
Okay. Let's move on. According to
Dave Meltzer. God damn, he's really taking over our show tonight.
PW Insider. William Regal is finalizing a WWE contract. He'll be working for the company after the new year. Regal is expected to work behind the scenes. Of course, this means he'll be used for War Games announcements. So he'll likely appear on TV again. That's literally what it says. That's literally what it says. So Regal's thought to have had an out clause or signed a short-term contract, despite a few months ago that he signed for 3 years, which we reported on. But first we thought it was only a year, then we thought it was 3 years. I'm pretty sure it's just a year because he can get out of it. Whatever his contract status was, he is no longer with AEW. When Regal was stretchered out after his attack by MJF last week, which made no fucking sense because MJF can't be booked properly. he was running out of storylines. Now, according to
Fuck Dave
Fucking
Meltzer.
Pro Wrestling Illustrated.
quote, this is a quote. I
Oh.
believe there's going to be something on Wednesday's show where there will be something addressing certain things. That story is supposed to keep going in some way, but he is going back to WWE. That's just the deal. I've had so many different people tell me so many different stories. Duh. The primary source story was that his contract was short term. The WWE side said that he had an out. The closest thing to what I would say is official will be he signed a short term deal. Others say that he had an out or Tony gave him an out, which I highly doubt. Whatever it is, I certainly know that when he signed it, it was a 3-year deal. Supposedly, in 9 months now it's over. It sounds weird because he didn't sign a 3-year deal. You fucking mark.
He had that 90-day trial subscription, and he turned it in before his 90 days is up. Is he the shortest tenured AEW anything?
No.
People have had one-offs. I mean, I've only
Yeah,
seen the
I've
I've
had
only
a
seen the
one-off too.
Kingdom once.
Oh, that's true. I didn't
Well,
think about
twice they showed up and then they had a match and that was it.
No, there's a shorter one than that. No one's Leo Rush.
that.
Who gives a shit?
Yeah.
He had one
Evidently
match
I
and they
do.
retired.
Evidently, I do.
You know what's funny about the Leo Rush thing? I'll give him props for that. As I guarantee you, as much as Leo Rush is an asshole, because he really is,
He is his dick.
he probably saw how that shit was run and it's like, I'm fucking out. I retire. Tony got him. Tony's like, okay, gets him on his contract. He's like, I'm done. I'm not retired anymore. He
I
pulled
mean,
a Kevin.
that's the way-
He pulled a Kevin Nash. Good for him.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't say he wasn't smart. I said he was an asshole.
True.
I didn't say he wasn't talented. I said he was an asshole.
He is from Baltimore. There are quite a few assholes in Baltimore.
I went to
tell you that.
Baltimore like 4 years ago with an asshole.
Oh, nice.
I wonder what that was.
This guy. Was it really 4 fucking years ago?
Yeah.
God damn.
4.5.
That's right.
I
I was
over
just
4.5 years ago.
I was just out of my divorce and I was living
Yup.
in Catonsville. You're right.
Yep. We slept in the same
Sorry.
bed together.
Yeah, that is not a
We
lie.
did. We did.
Fans.com/wrestling
Yup.
show. There will not be any pictures.
May not be pictured, but there's secret video.
Nuts to butts, bitch.
Okay, so a lot of contract stuff. That's you mentioned it earlier. Bear Wigdom in the ICU after a heart attack. Hope he gets well. He was a phenomenal performer, former
He's
NWA.
nice.
He is. He still is.
Well, he's not
That he
wrestling.
was a phenomenal performer. He
There
is
you go.
still a phenomenal performer.
Well, he hasn't
He
wrestled.
ain't
in a
dead
while.
yet. Is what I'm
But
trying.
I was able to meet him and JJ Dillon at WrestleCon in Dallas.
Yes, you were. I remember that.
So, and I met.
You look good back then too.
Who else did I meet? Oh, Tully Blanchard. But yeah, best of wishes to him. Probably one of the most naturally gifted athletes to ever been in the ring. So hope
He was
gets
probably
better.
I didn't follow NWA growing up because I wasn't in wrestling at that time, but he was probably one of my favorite WCW wrestlers.
He had a match with Flair in '94. It was a little past his prime, Wingdom's prime. Was that a slam? I think it was at a Slamboree. It was a really good match.
Yeah, WCW.
Yep.
Yeah.
But best wish him. He is also Bray Wyatt's uncle. So
Yeah.
so that's
which the name Wyndham would make sense.
Dustin Rhodes announced recently that 2023 will be his last year.
As
What
an
a
actor.
career! What a career!
He said in wrestling. His last year in
Oh,
wrestling.
Done.
That's what it. He just said in wrestling, you can be as vague as you want, either in the ring or behind the scenes. I wouldn't be surprised if he takes a behind the scenes role
But to me,
somewhere.
what a great career he had.
Oh my god,
For
dude!
somebody who's never won a world championship.
Mm-mm.
Oh, I thought I was going to get called asshole or mark on that.
No.
Yeah.
His first prominent role was actually 1991. He teamed with Dusty Rhodes in the WWF. And then he went to WCW and
Became the natural.
He was a little green, but you can tell that it was there. Like he had the ability.
He was
Um,
David Flair.
He was better than David Flair.
Oh yeah, I'm better than David Flair.
I mean, you're not a former United States champion. You never fucked Stacy Keibler, so no, you are not better than David Flair.
Okay, fair. You got me there.
Another one from Baltimore.
rest.
Another one from Baltimore, by the way.
Yeah.
So he had a really good tag team
Stacy.
run with Steamboat. He
Mhm.
had a good U.S. title run. He had some really good matches with some no-namer named Steve Austin. I mean,
Yeah,
who'd he ever
beat?
Stunning.
Then 94, he had a good year. 95, he got fired. Then Goldust came, and he changed. He did that character so good.
Yeah.
The funny thing was is he changed his wrestling style too, from fast-paced, even for a big tall guy, fast-paced guy
to methodical.
to methodical, and it worked for him.
And and this is me showing my marksmanship. Acting was phenomenal. His acting as Goldust was phenomenal, and as much as I don't like to make light of mental diseases or anything, when he had the Tourette's, it was spot on.
Because he got electrocuted.
Yeah,
that's why.
It was him
with Booker T. So funny.
Yeah.
God, yes.
Let's not do his later WCW or TNA. He was
7
and Black Rain. He had a addiction to,
like most people of that era,
to them, and he cleaned his life up though, which is great.
And one of the best matches he ever had was with him and Cody.
That was the best match he ever had, I thought.
Yeah,
it was so good.
So he is a great mind for the business, and it's going to be sad to see him go. I'm really hoping AEW does something with him his last year. Well, I'm not saying put the world title on him. I'm just saying put him in a prominent spot. Put him in a prominent spot.
Give him TNT title.
So,
my thing with him is he's a Rhodes, so he's going to have that wrestling intelligence. I think he is more like his dad than Cody is. I think.
Spent more time with his dad though.
So, do you know why the reason he did the Goldust character?
Absolutely not.
Okay, so he was dating Alexandria York at the time, who is Terry
Runnels. Yeah.
Terry Runnels, married to her. Dusty thought that she was having a bigger influence on his life. They had a falling out.
Oh.
So his Goldust character was kind of to get back at his dad.
Mm-hmm.
Because it was a complete opposite of what Dusty is.
Yeah.
So
a real American man, American made Dusty Rhodes, and this
son of a
androgynous,
guy dressed in women's underwear. Yeah.
Is he bisexual? Is he gay? Is he not gay?
Seriously, I had no clue.
Yeah, and it actually hurt Dusty inside.
Yeah.
Watch I think it's on the network, the Dusty Rhodes thing, the documentary they have. Near like the middle half, they talk about they had a falling out, and it gets emotional. Like,
do you in your rumors, do you have the Ric Flair documentaries coming out?
No, I don't.
Okay. For those
There's
of
like
you,
10,000 Ric Flair documentaries.
This one's officially on the WWE Network, and it's going to be on Peacock on Christmas Day or day after Christmas.
Okay, there you go. All right, let's move on. Bobby Roode had neck fusion surgery. That's why he was out.
It was so weird. He was supposed to be coming back. They said he was on his way back very soon.
Yeah, it said he's on his way back soon, and now it says he had neck fusion surgery in September. So
he ain't going to be back anytime soon.
No, he's not.
C6, C7, I think it was.
Which is...
Was that what Edge had? Or you?
It's what I have.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not going to need neck fusion surgery. I got a herniated disc back there, but that's exactly where between C6 and C7. Okay, now let's get to I got 5 contract things throughout all these.
Jesus Lord.
Colby Carino is finishing up the NWA. He's expected to sign with WWE and go to NXT.
Shocker.
I'm okay with that.
Sleazy says shocker, but he's not. Sounds like he wasn't.
No.
Eric Young got killed on Impact.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to go back and watch that.
So
He's literally got stabbed to death.
to death. Just like when Mickey James got hit by a train.
Yeah.
But he's rumored to be
Too
returning
young
to
killed a bunch of people.
So he's rumored to be coming back to WWE.
Will he be NXT or will he be WWE?
Personally, I want to see him in NXT, but I won't be surprised if him and Nikki Cross form Sanity again, because who's the other one? Alexander Wolf. I think he got released.
Wolf's gone, yeah.
So
they could recreate it with a different variation, but
yeah,
him and Nikki were a great pairing to begin with.
So Kota Ibushi hasn't wrestled since like last year because he separated his shoulder
after a U.S. title match.
Was he wearing red shoes?
It was against Okada in G1 last year.
Yes, it was.
Which is weird for a dislocated shoulder taking over a year to heal. I know he had surgery and everything, but I guess he's doing some light training. However, his contract expires at the end of January, and he's not very happy with management in New Japan because he tweeted that he hasn't been happy since like May.
Okay, so there's a couple. I don't know where you got this story from.
PW Insider.
Okay, so I can kind of touch upon a little bit of that. New Japan, by default, does their contracts from Wrestle Kingdom to
Wrestle Kingdom.
So he couldn't possibly have signed a deal till the end of January.
Right.
The other thing is he's been very vocal about what has been going on behind the scenes in New Japan. So I would not be surprised if he never works for New Japan again. I think he was just literally waiting out his contract because he can't do anything.
That might be true.
But
that might be true.
He had all sorts of weird shit to say, including he insinuated that he had been how should we put this? Molested.
Oh,
at one point. So yeah. So there's a whole thing on that. That's been going on for over a year now. So this is just the end of an arc for him that started a long time ago.
So I heard that he was possibly going to be going to AEW.
That's a possibility.
Oh, it's not like he knows anybody there.
Right. Like he's not friends with somebody that's there that runs
he won't
the
come
company.
Back. He won't come back to WWE or anything.
No.
He was there for what? NXT for what? 6 months maybe?
No, he was there for the Cruiserweight Classic. That was it.
Is that what it was?
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, that's the reason why he didn't win the Cruiserweight Classic.
Because he didn't sign.
Yeah. The TJP and Grand Metalik signed, and they were going to put them to the finals because they signed.
Yeah.
And Zach and Coda didn't, so they took the loss.
Mm-hmm. Last one, Tasha Steele signed a new long-term deal with Impact.
Oh,
I read that. Yeah,
that's awesome. I'm gonna quickly blow through fuck Dave Meltzer's ratings for Survivor Series in Full Gear.
Okay.
I'm sure he blew his load.
Wait, hold on. Let me get my shit up here.
Okay.
Which one are you doing first?
I'm gonna do Survivor Series first because.
Do you have our ratings set, man?
I got my ratings.
Okay. I don't remember what mine are, honestly.
Where are they?
I'm in the moment.
Okay, got them. Survivor Series.
Survivor Series. Women's War Games. What'd you give it?
3 3/4.
4 stars. Good for him. AJ Styles, Finn Balor.
3 3/4.
3 1/4. Ronda Rousey versus Shotzi.
1.
You wrong. Theory, Rollins, Lashley.
4.
4 1/4. Men's War Games.
4 1/4.
You're wrong. 4 1/4.
Okay, let me get to Full Gear. I've always watched.
I feel like there was only 5 matches on that show, right?
Yeah, because the War Games took forever.
Yeah. Okay, ready? Best Friends versus the Factory.
That's pre-show, bro.
Pre-show. Stark's Brian Cage was also pre-show, right?
Yep.
Yep.
So was Eddie King. What the fuck? It started with Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus.
Yes.
What'd you
Four.
get?
4.
4.25. Death Triangle versus Elite.
4
Did he
3/4.
create himself? No, Fat Man is wrong. 4.75. Jade Cargill versus Nyla Rose.
Half a star.
2 stars. That overrating piece of shit,
Way over a piece of shit.
right?
Seriously.
Jericho, Claudio, Danielson, Guevara.
4.
4.5 stars.
Over a piece of shit.
Soraya versus Britt Baker.
It was an okay match for a house show.
2.25. Samoa Joe versus Wardlow versus Hobbs.
2 3/4.
You're wrong. Darby and Sting versus Lethal and Jarrett.
1.
3.25. Wow, 3.25? You fucking mark. Hater versus Tony Storm.
3.
3.5. Acclaim versus Swerve in Our Glory.
3 1/4.
3.75. And finally, the main event, MJF versus John Moxley.
3.
4. Chip, put
Fucking
yourself over.
overrating piece of shit.
I'm sorry, what'd you say?
Put yourself over, dude.
Oh, pull myself over. Yes. You can find me and this guy in the middle, Fat Man, on the Best Darn Sports Show, period 2. We go live tomorrow at 9 o'clock. We are talking some college football. We're talking some professional football. We're talking about some football they call in Europe. We're talking all football, maybe a little hockey sprinkled in.
There's going to be some baseball talk.
Yeah,
Because we're in the
free
middle of
agency.
free agency.
Anyway, you can also find me on Twitter at TWS_Mark with 4 A's, MAAARK. I tweet sports. I tweet NJPW. I tweet Stardom now, evidently. It's been fun. I enjoy it.
I love you.
It happens.
Ryan would put himself over at this point. No, he wouldn't. He'd just fuck off like he usually does.
He won't even make it this far. What are you talking about?
Right?
He would have been going. We said NJPW and Stardom.
But you can find his TikTok at Ryan Buck Gotch. Usually puts over r/the wrestling show on Reddit. You can go there. You can fuck with him. You can fuck with me because we're both Redditors, I guess. I'm at TWS Sleazy.
TWS Fat Man.
We are at Sleazy Fat Man on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Please go on over there and give us a like. We really do appreciate it. Please, follow us on Twitter and whatnot. Videos you can find at twitch.tv/SleazyFatman, youtube.com/SleazyFatman, and our premium videos you can find on onlyfans.com/The Wrestling Show. You can find all sorts of content on thewrestlingshow.com, including articles, merch, ton of other cool stuff. Eventually, I will get my Raw review done. I don't know when it'll probably be not till tomorrow, honestly, because Fat Man's still obviously walking wounded over here.
I was a day late on the SmackDown. I still got it out Saturday.
Yeah, so shocker, we're not used to the cadence that Fat Man has.
Not used to doing work, of course. Shocker.
Hey, there are big shoes to fill, man. Okay.
My work's done in the kitchen. Yes, they are very big shoes to fill.
Well, I appreciate it. Nipple rub.
Thank you. So you can get this podcast every Saturday morning, wherever you get your podcasts, including Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Podbean. We're going to start something soon where you can get the video versions of our podcast, what you're looking at now, at the YouTube channel. So you'll be able to see our beautiful faces that are made for radio there while we do our live shows here. If you don't follow us on the live Twitch. Don't hesitate to rate us on your favorite platform. It really does help us out for podcasts. If you're doing it on Twitch, don't hesitate to follow us. And if you're on YouTube, don't forget to subscribe. Click on that bell to get notifications when we put out new episodes. So big fuck you to Ryan, a thanks to Chip, and as always, for Sleazy.
For the Fat Man.
This is The Wrestling Show. Thank you guys so much for listening. Peace.
Fuck Dave Meltzer. Fuck Tony Khan. A hot dog's on a sandwich. A sub is on a sandwich. And it's lupus or sarcoidosis. It's one of them. I'm going to run a bunch of expensive tests. And then it turns out to be neither one of them. It turned out to be a toothpick in the gut. House.
I'm a truth that you seem to run from. I'm an army of one. I'm a clip in your gun. I'm the pain of the game, the blood shedding your name. When there's nothing to gain,